Good afternoon, this is Jeff, Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 1108 Southwest Ivory Loop here in Gresham. I describe everything as if you're standing in the street facing the front of the house. We are located at the back of the home here, kind of right between the hot tub and the back of the house. You've actually got two different cleanouts. The 3-inch ABS cleanout that sits right in front of that vent, that one there is going to be your storm system, probably a combination storm and low point drain would be my guess, but storm in general. The cleanout that is that's closest to the rear man door into the home is going to be your sewer line. Now check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Waters are running, we are zeroed out, and off we go. Right now the line is kind of heading towards the rear right corner of the fence line. That is a superbly clean sewer line right there. That is exactly how you want your line to look. Now starting to do some diving here. Making a transition over to 4-inch 3034 PVC. Yeah, this line barely looks like humans have ever even lived here. It is so clean. It's amazing. That's exactly how you want your line to look too. The main thing that keeps a line that clean, I do recommend it, or keeping up with that same habit, is not putting fats, greases, and oils down your kitchen sink. That's the number one thing that gunks your pipes up, and it is a major contributing factor to a lot of blockages that result in backups. A lot of blockages don't result in backups. They'll block, the line will temporarily, it'll start filling up with water, and then the blockage breaks loose, and that's what you want to have happen. And you get a big thick layer of grease buildup, it acts like glue, and that same blockage that might otherwise break loose after 4 to 5 feet, or whatever fills up behind it, can withstand significantly more head pressure building up behind it, and it's more likely that run-of-the-mill, balled up toilet paper blockage will result in a full-on backup. So keep your line clean. It makes a great deal of difference to functionality. Anyway, this is the main connection here at about 20 feet out. I'm going to try and go locate this. The line drains out here, and we'll take another look at things as we come back in. All right, located the camera head successfully, and the line hits the main right about where the closest edge of the garden box currently is, kind of the frame part of it. If you were to walk from the back of the house towards that garden box, right when you about hit the frame, they're about mid-span across that spot is about where the line hits the main. And from the looks of it, the main here would appear to be running from left to right, kind of down the hill the way you'd think it would be going. That's as you face the front of the house from the street. Anyway, once you get into that, if you keep going, you'll start running into the other home to the right. I've been on this street multiple times before, and I've done exactly that to verify it, and every time I push through that Y, get about another 30-40 feet, and you run into the neighbor's tie-in. So still a little bit of water trickling to the line. The pipe is close to being drained off. Anyway, the PVC there looks fantastic. The joints are tight. Superbly clean. It is unreal how clean this line is. It has never seen a drop of bacon grease in its life, it doesn't look like. Yeah, the water you're looking at right there is still moving. None of that is standing water. If it was, we would also see the camera dip down below the water level. And again, we're going to stop here for a second. All that water's still moving. My camera's upside down. That's why the water's overhead there. We're going to flip around here for just a moment, but everything from the clean out access to the main lateral is in fantastic condition. That right there is as good as a scope can possibly go. Pipe is in great condition. Zero structural defects. And this is cleaner. I'm not kidding when I say this. It's cleaner than most brand new construction sewer lines I look at that have never even been lived in. Unbelievably clean. All right, everything past this point. I don't usually look at a whole lot of interior pipe. I mostly focus on the stuff that you need a camera for. We just went past a little tiny bit of standing water there a moment ago. It's so minor, it's not even going on my report. And this right here is where the line starts to go vertical and head upstairs. That's the vertical stack there. Now, if you flushed an upstairs toilet, you'd see the water come shooting down through that spot right there. Yeah, you had the world's tiniest belly we just went through there a second ago. Yeah, here it is. Dissipates off at about 18 feet-ish, something like that, 17.5, 18 feet, and it is extremely tiny. It's all of, from about 14 feet to 17 feet, something like that. You've got maybe a 32nd of an inch of water. That is such a small belly, it's not even going to go on my report. Similar thing here, although that water is still rippling. There's still a little bit of water draining out of the kitchen sink area or the dishwasher. So if there's any amount of standing water there at all, very similar to the other one we just saw there. About a 32nd of an inch, if that. It's not the kind of stuff that I would ever legitimize and call a belly or anything of the sort. For reference, I don't even consider repairs on standing water issues until there's at least an inch of water. That's with no water running at all for a minimum of 5 feet. Even at that point, it is still almost entirely up to the homeowner if that belly ever contributes to a blockage. And by that I mean abusing the line. With wipes, paper towels, things of that sort. Great flow end to end here. All the pipe is in great shape, super clean. Line is functioning properly at this time. And not only that, but a very short sewer line. Your average line out there's around 60 feet. I've cambered over 25,000 sewer lines. I've seen a lot of sewer pipes, and to have only a 20-foot sewer is really nice. And it's all under grass and dirt back here. Should a fix ever be necessary, you're never having to cut a road open or anything like that. So nice looking line for now and the future.